Hey guys, I hope you guys are having an awesome time with your family and friends. Like I said, the day before yesterday, I was not going to do anything because we have a full house of family and guests for the holiday weekend. But for sure, like I said, today I'm going to give you guys more of the bolts, nuts and bolts of what we need to do. So you are better off listening, taking notes, and most importantly, taking action before you do anything tomorrow, or more importantly, next week. Okay, for over the last 2 3 days we've been covering about how much expensive it is, your gym membership and all that other stuff. I gave you warning about Black Friday sales and all the holiday sales, and then I also share with you guys not only the cost of the membership, but also the cost of healthcare and how it has changed and evolved. And it came from research done at Kaiser Health. Okay, so you guys got a quite a bit. So today is about action taking. Okay, now before that, I want to give you guys the tools, more importantly, the facts of what's happening in today's day and age. Okay, number one, you guys know from Halloween through pretty much St. Patrick's Day, it's a non-stop celebration of things. Okay, and for those guys know me for a while, you probably see me wear this shirt quite a bit, right? There's no off season, and that's why every week of the year you got to be working on yourself. If not every day, if not every minute, right? But every week you should be working on moving yourself forward because remember, if you're not evolving, you're dying. Okay. Now, with that said, let us know that the average American, okay, diet anywhere from 4 to 5 times a year. They go on a diet. And yesterday or the day before yesterday, we covered a little bit about ketogenic diet, about GMO, about you name it. Okay, all this different diet, Nutrisystem, Jenny Craig. So 4 to 5 times a year. Now, the nutrition or food industry or supplement industry is a it used to be a 20 billion. Today is up to 33 billion dollar industry that is coming out of your take home, your bank account. Okay, so think about it for a minute. When you fall off the wagon and you go on and off the diet throughout the year. Okay, so with that said, $33 billion of this market, you're giving them anywhere from 10 to 15% of your yearly income just to the nutritional component of the industry. The other day we talked about membership on your gyms and personal training and all that stuff, and that's not added into this percentage. Okay, so now we're starting to add up numbers where you're thinking, "Whoa, I'm spending almost a third of my income in trying to get it better, and I'm not getting any traction." That's the main thing. If you're not getting any traction, this is what you need to do today. Okay, so now 33 billion, 10 to 15% of your income that you take home, you're actually putting that to your nutritional component. Okay, now with that said, why is this happening? And this is one thing I've been studying and crafting for the last 2.5 years. Okay, you guys know it. The training studio, TTM, boot camps, and all. We had a great tribe, a nice gel going. Okay, now here's the gel that it came to a realization a month ago when I went diving in deeper into the whole behavioral changes for wellness. That it was the support, the community that was actually thriving the training studio and the TTN studio. Okay, now given that it was the support, one thing I realized was that most, I would say like 80% of the people that walk in, they were consistent, they were accountable, they were attending, they were not go away without anybody knowing or just kind of disappear out of the blue, but they were not getting any traction. Like physically, it was not a noticeable wow, except for that 20% of the people. Okay, now by diving and learning over the last few years, more intrinsically, more internally, why was that happening back then? It came down to the level of standards. you know. And you guys know punctuality, knowledge, expertise, compassion, caring, and love for me are the top standards or values that I consider day in, day out. Okay. Now, on that same parameter, let me erase this here. When we're looking at mind, body, and soul, so to speak, kind of like your YMCA kind of trilogy, mind, body, and soul. Okay. Right here is where we need to be to create a balanced kind of day in, day out lifestyle. Most people either diet all the time, or either they work out all the time, or they just read about it, think about it, but then don't do anything. Okay? Everybody's busy, everybody's kind of like on the go, everybody wants now, today. So the first thing that they kind of let through the crack or fall off the wagon is the workouts. Okay? Now, because it's a whole social component, we Homo sapiens are a species that we like to be in packs, in tribes, in supporting community. We do what everybody does, which is the dieting. Okay? And it's okay as long as you are on point and you kind of keep in check and do it properly and choose wisely. Okay? Now, the reason why this is not long term and neither is this sustainable is because this part here, you're not too clear about it. You're not too clear on what your standards are. You know, your standards from you were 20, 30, 40, 50-year old. What it seems to be the common standard that over the decades you have kept with yourself. So, my belief is if you can create a certain crisp level of clarity of what your standards and your values are, the other two will just pretty much snowball and you will find yourself right in the hub, right in the balanced state. Okay? So, my advice to you in the next 48 hours, and I'll have a surprise for you guys on Sunday. My advice to you is to kind of sit down, really write down over the last, I don't know, 2 3 decades, what are being your standards, what your day in day out of living you live by. I'm gonna try to post different values and standards, so kind of jot your memory, get your thinking juices going. But based on that, then you can rise up to the level because this part, your standards, your value, it was gonna keep you in the game. That's why you keep falling off the wagon because you have no standards of yourself to meet up. Everybody's below your standards, so you fall off the wagon, or maybe you're like way out of your hub, out of your tribe, something that is not you, or a group that is not like you. Okay. So my challenge to you today and tomorrow, Friday and Saturday, today and tomorrow, find your values, get some clarity, crispy, write it down, message me if you need help. I'm going to try to put a couple of collage together on that. But most importantly, by Sunday, we want to work on this as a group privately. And then hopefully we can gather. But I have a surprise for you guys on Sunday so we can work on this because the goal is to make 2018 a smashing hit of a year. Okay? I hope this helps. And I will see you guys tomorrow.